Good morning, y'all. This is Cherie with PassionatePennyPincher.com, and today is what is today? Day 19 of our Crocktober, where we have been making slow cooker recipes from our magic slow cooker box for 20 days in the month of October, and we named it Crocktober because that is so cool. We're rock stars. So if y'all haven't seen the magic menu box, it's 12 weeks of slow cooker recipes. It has desserts, 12, oh my goodness, gotta start over. It has a table of contents that tells you everything that you get. It has dry erasable grocery list, 12 weeks of recipes. Here's a dry erasable grocery list, y'all. It's so cool. And 12 weeks of recipes and desserts. 5 recipes each week, 5 slow cooker recipes each week. I feel like I should start over. 5 slow cooker recipes each week plus a dessert. Okay, y'all, we are making man food today. Okay, meatloaf. Let's talk about meatloaf. I am not the biggest fan of meatloaf, not gonna lie, but my husband loves it. So I try to make him one, make him be happy. So today we're gonna make the slow cooker meatloaf, and this is off of week 8 of menu box. So good morning as y'all are hopping on. Tell me what y'all are doing today. What are y'all crocking up today? Good morning, Jennifer and Pat and Amy. It's good to see y'all. Good morning, Cindy. So I've got my meat over here, and y'all, let me just say, if you're gonna go ahead and put your hands in the meat, go ahead and make 2. I'm gonna see how big this gets because I may make 2 out of it today, but I didn't double the recipe, but it's only the 2 of us. Actually, my son may come tonight, but it's only the 2 of us, so I don't know that I need all of that meat. But we are gonna make meatloaf. Good morning, Joyce. It's so good to see y'all today. I hope everybody's staying dry. I'm in Alabama. We had a hurricane kind of come through, so we've got a lot of rain today, but I'm in North Alabama, so I mean, it's nothing severe or anything. Good morning, Kelly and Rose. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 Kelly. Okay, so good morning, Pam. I'm gonna get started. We have got 1.5 pounds. Actually, I think I have about 2 pounds. I don't know, I didn't really measure it out. Of ground beef. And here's a tip for meatloaf. I've been doing a lot of meatloaf research this week because I wrote a post on meatloaf. You don't want to use super lean. You want enough fat content in there so it'll stay nice and moist. So I think I'm using 85-15, and you can always drain off, excess fat as you go. So for this recipe, you can, let me put y'all down. Good morning, Jen and Tony. Oh, good, Tony, you've still got power. Oh, I'm so thankful for you. Good morning, Julie from Connecticut. It's raining. Oh, goodness, y'all. I think it's raining in half the country right now. Okay, so I have a big crock pot. Last night, I got out my loaf pan that I typically make my meatloaf in, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to set it down in here, and then, hello, it doesn't fit. So I was like, oh, and I got to do live in the morning. So I'm going to show y'all another way you can make it in your crock pot if you're like me and have a loaf pan that doesn't fit. I'm going to take some aluminum foil, and I'm going to make myself a bowl in here. So I'm going to do 1 piece this way and 1 piece this way. Hey, if y'all will sprinkle this video, I hope y'all can hear me, we will give away a $10 Amazon gift card to anyone who sprinkles the video, aka if you're new here, that means to share it, but Facebook doesn't like us to say that, okay, so the reason I'm doing it this way is I'll be able to lift this out tonight since my loaf pan did not fit. So let me set this aside. Actually, I don't want to set it too aside because I'm going to have my hands dirty. Okay, we're fixing to get down and dirty with the meatloaf. Okay, that is shining in the... Let me move that a little bit more. I feel like that's so shiny for y'all to be looking at. There we go. Okay, so I have 1 pound. Here's the meatloaf recipe on our cute little cards. I have 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and eggs. Now, one thing I also learned about meatloaf, I'm gonna beat these up just a little bit, is you don't want to over mix because that can dry your meatloaf out. So we're gonna do minimal mixing. So 2 eggs I'm adding into here. I also have 3/4 cup of milk. Y'all, I hope my bowl is big enough. I have 2/3 cup of breadcrumbs, and I'm using the Italian breadcrumbs just to give it a little bit more flavor. If you are Wonder Woman, you can use real bread, and that will work just fine. I'm gonna put in a couple of teaspoons of just these dried minced onions. You can totally use regular. I'm gonna kind of go over because we like a lot of onion. You can totally use regular onions too. And then I have a teaspoon of salt. And honestly, I'm gonna grab my pepper. We like pepper in ours. I'm gonna give it a couple of just twist of pepper, and then we also like sage in ours. I know my husband does, so I'm gonna add some sage. This is not in the recipe. You don't have to add it, but I know that he really likes it, so I'm gonna add about 1/2 teaspoon if I can get it to come out. Ooh, I'm gonna have to buy some more sage before Thanksgiving hits. Okay, all right, y'all. Here we go. There's no coming back once my hands are in. So, and I promise I will chit chat with y'all once we get going. Okay, here we go. There's just no other way to do it. I've tried to do it with a spoon, and I actually looked. I thought we had some gloves, but I think we're out. So you just want to mix it to where it's just mixed. Like I said, over mixing can definitely dry your meatloaf out, but you don't want to have any dry spots in your meat either. You want everything to be incorporated. So we don't want to, just gonna mix. And like I said, ugh. I typically will always make 2. Like, this will be unusual if I don't turn this into 2, because it's just, if I'm going to get my hands down in here and on it, it doesn't take any longer to make 2 than it does to make 1 with a meatloaf. And then you can freeze 1, and then you're good to go for next time. And you can freeze it in one of those aluminum loaf pans, which I did have some of those. I thought about putting that in my crock pot, but then I didn't. So, okay, I think we're good. Okay, so here's the question. 1 or 2. This is going to be a huge loaf if I move this over here. I think I'm definitely gonna divide it into 2. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I didn't have a loaf pan big enough, I'm gonna just shape this into kind of a mold and put it down in here. And then I've got my other loaf, and I'm going to put one in here to put in the freezer. So yeah, that would have been a ginormous meatloaf. So now I have 2 dinners. Yoo-hoo! Okay, let me wash my hands, and then we're going to make the topping, the sauce that goes on top of it tonight. So you're going to cover and cook this on low for 5 to 6 hours. Especially if you have, I may not cook mine that long because I think that's only about 1 pound. But if you have a 1.5 or 2, I would probably definitely cook it for that long. All right, so now I've got, so tonight after it's done, you are going to mix this ketchup, brown sugar, and mustard Worcestershire together and spoon it over the meatloaf, and then you're going to cover and cook it again. Y'all, I can't find all my stuff. I had a little bowl out here. I thought I had a little bowl out here. It has disappeared. Where did you go, bowl? Okay, let me go grab another bowl. Oh, here it is. I need 1/4 cup of ketchup that I'm not going to measure. I'm going to just squirt it out here. Now, do y'all like ketchup on your meatloaf? Because I have a son who I have to leave one end with no ketchup on it because he just doesn't like it. That's just how it is. And I'm gonna put in 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. And a teaspoon of dry mustard. Okay, I hope my brown sugar doesn't just fall all over the place. Okay, my son, who does not like the ketchup on his meatloaf, got married this weekend. 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, and it was lovely. We had a wonderful, beautiful wedding. It rained in the morning, so we were a little nervous, but it turned out just perfect. And I have a 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire. And so this is your glaze at the end of the day. Let me get a spoon. And just mix this up. And I'll stick this in the refrigerator so it'll be good to go. And so at the end of the day, when this is done, you just spoon it over, then cover and cook it another 15 minutes. Now, after that, you want to take your meatloaf out, and then let me scooch y'all up so I can chit chat with y'all. After that, you take your meatloaf out and you're gonna let it rest. And this is very, very important. You wanna let it rest probably a good 10 to 15 minutes so all your juices will stay in there and you'll have a moist meatloaf every time. If you don't overcook, you don't overmix, and you let it rest. Those are like the 3 things that you need to remember. So, do y'all have any questions? Oh, thank you, Tony. It was a wonderful wedding. Yes. Do y'all have any questions about the meatloaf or any of the other recipes in our magic menu box? Thank y'all. It was a great weekend. It was a really, really fun weekend. And I have the sweetest daughter-in-law now. It's just so fun. So if y'all are interested if y'all do not have the slow cooker recipes and you're interested, the link is above. They're $39. It's totally worth it. And yeah, you know what? If y'all want to see this at the end of the day, I'll pop back on and show y'all the cooked meatloaf. And I'm also going to make, okay, let me show you what I'm going to make. I've got some mashed potatoes, and my new thing is making mashed potatoes in the Instant Pot. I think I did that over here. I can't remember. I'm going to make mashed potatoes and sweet peas. My husband, okay, do y'all put sweet peas on top of your mashed potatoes? This is a thing my husband did. I'm thinking his mom did it because he wouldn't eat his peas. And he loves to have his peas on his mashed potatoes still, and he's 50-something years old. But, so, this is like my husband's going to be really happy tonight. His meatloaf, his mashed potatoes, his peas on top of his mashed potatoes. He's going to be in heaven. So, anyway, okay, do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have any tips or anything for meatloaf that y'all know of? I'm excited. This is going to, look, I'm going to be able to just lift this right out of here tonight, and I'm going to slice it up. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. So, that's the only way you make mashed potatoes, Lori. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, I think that's about it. So, yeah, I don't know. Some people are pea fans, some people are not. But if you're not, maybe try it on your mashed potatoes. Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.